Hey everybody, welcome to the Pagan Perspective. My name is Angel and I'm your Wednesday host, and this week we're talking about our personal rituals and our thoughts on recording them. So I'm going to get right into this, and I'm going to apologize in advance that I'm sniffly and stuffed. We have so much pollen here right now, it's ridiculous, and I am just dying. Okay. Hi, there's this Tumblr user who has posted his personal rituals on Tumblr in the form of videos. It's great and has received a lot of positive reactions. That's pretty awesome. I think it'd be great if the Pagan Perspective hosts could talk about their personal rituals, at least how they start and end them specifically, and if there are any unique practices or tips they have and are willing to share. I think this can greatly help those who are just starting in the craft and are confused or stuck on how to go about rituals, like me in the beginning. I know there are books and such that talk about this topic, but I know the personal touch from all the hosts can really make a huge difference. Okay. Yes, there's tons of books, and some books will tell you that other books are wrong, and blah, blah, blah. I say this with everything. When you read a book, take what feels right to you, and the rest of it just leave in the book. Okay, recording. I do not record my videos, my rituals for the public. I absolutely do not. It's just not my thing. I have no problem with anybody who does. And the fact that this Tumblr person is getting positive reactions is really cool. I will tell you, there are specific instances that I have utilized either someone else's ritual recordings or my own, and I'll explain why. There are groups that do group rituals and they will record them. It's very helpful to watch how groups interact with each other and how each group does their ritual. It gives you little things that you might want to do in your ritual that you don't necessarily have to do as a group. Plus, it shows you how they do their ritual if you're interested in more in that path. For myself, I've been very interested in ADF and I've started the Dedican program. Now, when I was researching this, I really wanted to see how ADF did their rituals. And so I went on YouTube, and there were tons of group rituals that you could see how they do it. So for me, I'm really grateful that they do that. Now, I do record some of my rituals, or have. I use them for personal growth and understanding of my rituals, and I'll explain that. When you're doing a ritual specifically for ancestors or somebody who's passed, to connect with them or what have you, it is good to have a recording of that ritual, because when we get so focused in our purpose on our altar, we may miss what's going on around us. We may not see something. So it can be really helpful when you're doing a ritual and you didn't see this animal that was often 6 feet, 10 feet away from you, watching you the entire time. That can be a really cool thing to capture. It can help you grow. It can maybe it's your spirit animal that you feel connected to, but you don't see all the time, and then boom, it's in your ritual video. Or you'll see orbs and you've been trying to connect with your grandfather or something like that. So for personal growth, it can be really helpful. Also, if you are struggling as somebody who's been doing ritual for a long time, or even somebody who's new to doing ritual, I also highly recommend that you record your video for yourself at least, to see how your ritual flows. Sometimes, until we take a step back and look at things, we can't really see what's not working. You may shoot the video, do your do your ritual, and after you watch your video and go, wow, I do this after this, and it just doesn't look or feel right. And it may give you the idea to change it for your next ritual and see if that will work better for you. So it can help you learn and grow in that sense too. So there's nothing wrong with recording your videos. There's nothing wrong with recording your videos and putting them on the internet. I just personally don't do that. That's it. Okay, specific things that I do. I had something I wanted to say, and I just lost it. Okay. Before I start ritual, and when I end ritual, I always do it with a bell. I have to be careful. My dog hears this. She goes crazy. I really don't know where I found this. I've been doing it for ages. And the reason why I do it in the beginning and at the end is... sorry. I started school this weekend. It's kicking my butt. Okay. In the beginning, before I start ritual, I generally will invite energies, spirits, deities, entities, and specific ways. You know, you can invite dragons, you can invite fairies, and so forth. You can invite deities. So once you feel like everyone's showed up to the party, I ring the bell to let them know that I'm about to start ritual, and it also helps me focus, get that in that headspace. Now, after ritual, after I'm done and I close the circle, if I'm doing a circle, what have you, once I want to let everybody know it's fine to disperse, if they wish, I ring the bell. And it's kind of like, school's out, let's go home. So, that's why I use the bell. I also clean and I cleanse. I clean mundanely the room that I do the ritual in. I get very distracted by clutter and messiness. And so I have to make sure that the room is in a state that's not going to be distracting to me. And the energy just feels more, it flows better. When I'm done cleaning, I cleanse. It's generally a big gap between times when I do ritual. I'm not always home for Sabbats. I might be with another group doing a Sabbat, so it might be a few months, maybe even longer, before I do a ritual in my temple space again. So I will even clean my altar, clean everything physically. And then I'll cleanse everything again. I'll either sage it or, you know, however way I feel like cleansing the space. I always do that because it helps me feel like the energy is reset, if you will. How you can create a ritual is, there's lots of books, like the person who wrote in said. You can watch videos on YouTube to get ideas of how the flow of a ritual is and how you if you like that flow. Some people, when they do ritual, they will call the quarters. They will call the energies, deities, what have you. Some people will say also leave a space for the outlanders and give them an offering. Generally, that's for deities or energies that are not necessarily welcome to your ritual because it's not really in keeping with their purpose. For instance, if you're doing a bell tank ritual, you're not really going to invite a Yule winter kind of deity, but they may still show up. So outlander offerings are nice to have for them because they know that they're welcome to watch, even though they can't necessarily aren't welcome to participate. So there's lots of different things you can do to open your ritual. Depending on what you want to do during your ritual, it may have several different moving parts. If you're doing a healing spell where you want to send healing energy out to the world, then you may do something to build a cone. Some people do, I think it's called a spatter or splatter. I don't remember, but it goes out in all kinds of directions. And then how you kind of close everything off. You know, how do you close your circle? The thing I like about ADF is they don't call quarters. They open a gateway to make the area you're in sacred. And I really like that. So even look on different traditions. Even if you don't follow that tradition, you might like the way that they do their ritual. And the other thing is, if you can at all, get to an open circle. Get involved. Get your hands on. That's going to be the best experience for you. That would be my advice, if you can. I know there are places in the country that it's almost ridiculously impossible to find an open ritual or even do anything in the open due to prejudice and things like that. I think that's it. I'm sorry, I'm a little... So if you have any other questions or anything like that, please leave them down below. I'll be happy to answer and do what I can. And until next time, everybody, blessed be. Bye!